You just changed it? Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to open up the breakout rooms, wherever they may be. Amazing. Here we go. Okay, I'm opening them up now. You have 5 minutes. Anahi, did you get one? Maybe?
Sorry, I was replying to Janae.
You're fine.
I'm going now.
Okay. Having some technical difficulties. That's okay. Okay. All right, I think we have everyone back. All right, so before we formally begin, I do want to say that I want to recognize that this time is really different. And so I recognize that maybe organization has been your thing. And right now it's just Jazzy, this is a specific time that I don't know how to keep myself organized, and that is completely okay. I just want to remind y'all that is completely natural. This is all new to us. And so hopefully when you leave this passion planning session, you feel more prepared and more organized, or just leave with a little more knowledge than when you came with. So can you all see my screen? Yes? Okay, awesome. Yes. Thank you, thank you. Okay, cool. So I have a quote here. Alondra, could you read this quote for me?
If I could be anything, do anything, or have anything, what would it be?
Yeah, so this is by the creator of Passion Planner. And if you actually, we're gonna move on to our next part of this workshop, but I just want you to keep that quote in mind because it's gonna be something that we're working with. So here we go. And if you do not, this will work, thank you. If you do not have a passion planner, you can actually follow along on a sheet of paper with this. That is totally okay. So just make sure you have a piece of paper or a pencil in hand. And for those of you who do have passion planners, I'd like you to open up to the passion roadmap. Has anyone done this already? No, I see a lot of no's. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you haven't done it yet because I think it's really important to start passion planning with this roadmap. So I'll give y'all a couple minutes to do that. And for those of you who do not have a passion planner, you actually can go on their website and they have free downloads where you can PDF download them. So if you use an iPad, you can put them on your iPad, or if you want to print them, you can print them out. So I'll give you a minute to open up to that or get some materials for your passion plan roadmap. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take 5 minutes to imagine that whatever you write on this piece of paper or in your planner will come true within the designated time frame. Think of it as a wish list of you describing your ideal life. So whatever you wanna do within, I can't remember the exact time frame that it gives you or if you have to make one up yourself, but I would love for you to just take this time to really write down a wish list of what you would like to see for yourself. And I will play some music and we'll take 5 minutes, and then I'll, if you feel comfortable sharing, I'd love for you to share. And if not, we will begin to prioritize that. So let's take 5 minutes and I'll play some music in the background.
You singing too, but your grandma ain't my grandma. Mine's handmade, pan fried, sun dried, south side, and beat the devil by landslide. Praying with a hands tied. President of my fan club, Santa. Something told me I should bring my budget.
Slowly taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday king.
You gotta move slowly.
Taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been waiting for you, you're my Sunday king. Come on in this house. It's gonna rain. Rain down time. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain down time. It's gonna rain.
Taste for the candy, your peppermints is the truth. I'm pessimistic for Monday.
So let's take another minute or so to wrap up your thoughts. And yeah.
For dinner, 50 rolls on my plate. Hella holes in my stocking, holding your pockets in place. I like my love with the budget. I like my hugs with a sin. You smell like light gas while the electricity rent. You sound like why the gospel choir got so tired. And it's crazy daily basis, so I gotta try it. You my dream catcher, dream team captain. Matter of fact, I ain't seen you in a minute. Let me take my butt to church.
Come on
in this house.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
Rain down time.
Rain down.
It's gonna rain.
Come on in this house.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain.
Rain down time. It's gonna rain. We gotta move it slowly, taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you for the whole week. I've been praying for you, you're my Sunday king. You got to move.
Okay, so let's come back together. Sorry, I had to switch monitors because I don't know why it crashed on me. But I hope that you were able to create that list in the last 5 minutes. I would love if anyone would like to share. Again, like these are your goals, and so if you would not like to share, like that is totally okay. But I would love to hear some general, like what are the kinds of things that you put on here?
I'll share.
Awesome, thanks, Rita.
So, I have 2 goals for 3 months ahead, which will be in December.
Mm-hmm.
And those are to settle into routine for my classes and to and for 1 year from now, I'd like to move on to campus at SMC, make new friends, and do some community service, and a STEAM medical school. And for life goals, I'd like to have a successful medical career, find a loving partner, get married, buy a house, travel across the world, and give back to others who have helped me get to where I am.
I love that. Thank you, Rita, for sharing. Would anyone else like to share? If not, we'll go on to the next section. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Rita, for sharing. I think like it's really important to recognize what our long-term goals are in order to figure out like what our short-term goals are. So thank you for being our example for that. Okay, so for the next minute now, for the next minute, I want you to go back to those sections on your passion planner and circle one goal that would have the most positive impact on your life. And if you don't have a passion planner, like I said, you can go ahead and circle one that would make a positive impact on your life if you didn't have the 4 sections. Okay, and while you're doing that, I'm also going to drop a link in the chat to make sure that we get your attendance. So at any point during this workshop, or if you want to do it after, just fill out the Google form so we make sure we can mark you down and you can get those points on your requirements. So please do that. Alrighty, we're gonna go on to the next section. And again, these are some prep for people that got here late. We're gonna go into some tips and tricks after this section of the workshop. Okay, so now we are going to do your game changer. So that's in the next 5 minutes. You're gonna do, so this goal is something that you would like to do. So sorry, let me collect myself really quick. Okay, so this goal is the one that would make the most positive impact on your life right now. And I would like for you to write in the blank box below for those who have the passion planner, all of the necessary steps that you need to take in order to achieve that goal. And maybe we'll do this actually in 3 minutes because I don't think that you'll need 5. And so I'll continue to play some music, make sure that you are specific, you create a timeline, make a date that you can work at. And this is something that you can model for any goal that you have. That's why I put the repeat at the end, because I think it's really important to just remember this process when you're making goals. So we'll take 3 minutes to do that.
Taking in my body like it's holy. I've been waiting for you to hold me. I've been praying for you on my side. It's gonna rain. There's never felt so right. You can take me in. I don't want you falling high. It's time on this life to change. You tell me this my love, my gravity. Connected to your soul, be part of me. Keep me straight. Got you in my system. I've been waiting. Show me through your window. We can find a place. Hold me till the dawn, a million miles away. I'm already gone. Just let me think out in what's right. I know your face is I want to stay us in what happens. Don't look for you know me from now. feels like. You took me from the other side. You're just what I was looking for. Still be yours when we're on the shore. Stars so bright, live in your eyes, guiding me so sublime. You're just what I was looking for. Still
Okay, cool. So if you would come back and if you didn't finish, feel free to continue to do that either throughout the session or in general. So I really wanted to start us off with that activity just because I do think it is super important to recognize what our big goals are and then plan them, because something that's really special about the Passion Planner is that it's really specific and intentional about the space that it uses. And so it allows you all to really be intentional about like what you're putting down for like either like work or school and like how you're spending your time. And so I really just wanted to take a minute because the Passion Roadmap is one of those sections that is really intentionally put into the planner. So yeah, thank you for doing those. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into some general Passion Planner and organization tips. So I've been saying that if you don't have a Passion Planner, that's totally okay. I wanna make sure that you get something out of this workshop. I wanna make sure that you leave here feeling prepared and hopefully just more organized. So I'm gonna go through some tips that I like, and then I'll give some time to share, and then leave some space to ask any questions. Jeez. Okay, so the first thing we have is Passion Planner specific, and if you look at the picture that I put below, this person, so I didn't do this, I wish I did because amazing handwriting, amazing variety. But something that I want to note is that this, you can color code your Passion Planner. That's something like you can get crayons, markers, whatever you have to color code. And so if you look at here in column like Monday, they didn't color code, but they did box them. It's just something that's really nice to see, to make sure like it looks organized for you. This does not have to be perfect. I know for me, like I spend so much time on my planner and sometimes it can be bad because it doesn't have to be perfect. These are you want to make sure everything that you need is on the planner, but don't feel bad if it doesn't look like this, like the picture here. Some things that you can include on your Passion Planners are classes, obviously, work, activities. I even put homework, so I'll schedule in my homework time and then put like 3 homework assignments that I want to get done during that time. Another thing that I would like to mention is that you can color code your classes and correspond them with sticky notes. That's something that's been really helpful for me. So like you can't see it, but behind my computer, I actually have color-coded sticky notes that I match with my Passion Planner. So when I'm looking at it, I can go up and be like, oh yeah, this color represents this class. And then I have all of the things that I need to do for this class.
Jazzy,
yes.
The screen isn't matching what you're...
Oh no, okay. Okay, 1 second. Let's see what happened. Let's see. So what are you seeing?
Passion Roadmap, make a wish list, and then the prioritized slide. It's
Okay.
like the 6th slide.
Okay, let me stop sharing because I think it may have glitched. So let me reshare.
Yeah, I actually couldn't see anything. So I was like,
Okay,
I thought it was just me.
Okay, let's try it again. Sorry about that, y'all. Can you see now? Is it matching? Yes,
Beautiful,
amazing.
yes.
Okay. So I'm sorry you had to listen to all that without a visual, but now hopefully you can connect some of the things that I was saying. So like I said, this person that I took this picture of color coded each day in a different style. And so this doesn't have to be what you do, but you can maybe take on one of those styles for your Passion Planner. So we have some boxing, we got the color coding. This one is color coded on the side, but then has space for them to write. And so these are just a couple of different styles that you can take on for your Passion Planner. Any questions? And feel free to unmute yourself because I can't see all of you. No? Cool. Okay, so I'll move on to the next tip. And this is kind of going into more of an electronic. Did it switch screens? Can you all still see? Amazing. Okay, so this is more of an electronic backup. Like, even if you do have a passion planner, like, I love physically being able to write down all of my things, but I also don't always have my planner with me if I'm out at the store and I want to remember something. I also have a Google Calendar, which is essentially the same thing. This is my Google Calendar. So for those of you who may not have Google Calendar, you can download it onto your phone and your desktop, which has been really helpful for me. And you can match your passion planner to your Google Calendar, add locations, you can add your Zoom classes. So like I said, I'm also a grad student right now, so I'm in classes just like y'all, and what's been really helpful for me is not having to go to Moodle to click every single time when I need to go to class. I get tired of looking at Moodle, you know? And so I copy and paste those Zoom links and I put them into the description for my Google Calendar. So that's another tip for all of you. Any questions? No? Cool, okay. Next thing we have here is a Google Task. Has anyone heard of Google Task? A lot of people don't know about it. I see some nods and head shakes. Okay, well, Google Task is a platform on Google where you can link your to-do list to your Google Drive and your Google Calendar. And so when you open up your Google Drive, there's a bar on the right where it will have like your little calendar icon. There'll be a sticky note icon, and then there's a task icon. If you don't have that, you can type Google Task into your browser and it'll download into your Google Drive so it shows up all the time. And so for me, what I like to do is sometimes either week by week or sometimes for the full semester. This semester I did the full semester so I could get out of the way. I put all of my assignments on there and I linked in like PDF pages, and they also show up on my Google Calendar. So like if I forget an assignment's due and I don't want to go back to the syllabus, because sometimes like my syllabus will like download to my computer and I'll have like 10 syllabi all on my computer at the end of the semester, and I'm like, I didn't need this. So something that's been really helpful is Google Task. You can also get this on your phone and it can send you reminders when things are due. So that is another tip that I have. And how I organize them is I put the course code. So like for example, up here, Misty 311. That way, like when I'm scrolling through, I don't have to look at the assignment and be like, what is this for? It helps me organize them that way. Okay, I just have one more tip for y'all, and then I'll open up for questions. And if you all have tips that you would like to share with the group, I think there's so many of us here, and so it'd be really beneficial to hear from all of you. This is more Google Gmail specific, and something that I just learned this year. I haven't been doing it for very long, but it's saved my life so far. So in my email, and I know y'all are getting emails like 10 times a day from your professors, from classmates, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming. So the way that I utilize my Gmail is by creating a label for all of my classes. So if you look here, and I'll make it a little bigger because it's kind of hard to see, but if you look here, this is an email from my professor for Misty 150. I went to this little flag and I made a label for it. So every time I get an email from my professor that I need to do something, I'll put it into my folder. And I will also, I don't know if maybe I'm just behind, but something that I just found out recently is that you can mark your emails unread. I wish I could do that for messages, but this little icon right here is for you to mark your emails as unread, because sometimes like I'll open them because they're on my phone and I'll forget that I read them. And so something that, like I like to do is just mark them as unread when I'm like able to really give my time to my email. And then they'll show up right here on the side. So under the compose, they'll start to show up all of your labels that you created. So you see like my HP to-do list for my work. Every time Janae sends me an email, that goes in there. So that's just another tip that I would really like to share with all of you. And so those are kind of some general tips. Like I said, oops, let's go to the next slide. We only took up half the time, but like I said, I really want y'all to be able to share if you have any tips that have worked for you so far during school. And then also, like I know like planning for me takes up like a whole hour of my day. And so if you want this space, I'll play some music and you all are welcome to stay on here and just go through your passion planner or whatever organization tool you use. And yeah, that was a lot. Any questions? And would anyone like to share their tips that they might have that are different from mine?
Jazzy, I don't know if you
Yes,
mentioned
hi,
it, but
Victor.
hi everyone. Sorry, my internet's pretty crappy, so I turned off the camera.
We can hear you.
There's, I guess, external websites that you can use to purchase like stickers and a lot of other things to kind of like spruce up your passion planner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's this year they started selling them directly from the website, from Passion Planner, so they're various options. So, yeah.
Awesome, thanks, Victor. And if you if you want to share that on Slack, we're always on Slack now. So if people want to look on Slack to check that out, also. Any other extra tips that anyone would like to add?
I would definitely recommend like how you were doing, Jazzy, color coding. It really helps me distinguish what's what and what I need to focus on.
Awesome, thanks, Rita.
Yeah, I'll share mine. I don't know if I'll cut out a bit, but I'll show you what I do, and then I'll explain it. I just kind of use like a, I don't know what this is even called, but I use this and I just like write things down that I need to do for specific stuff. Like I'm VP of Econ Club, so then I like, as talking as a club, when we have our weekly meetings, I just write down everything that I need to do for the next meeting. So then I can just cross it off, and I have like 2 of these. So I have like one for this and then like one for everyday stuff as well. So I can like cross it off because I like the like crossing off stuff a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Jocelyn. That's great. I also love to cross things off, which is something like why I've switched back between like a physical planner and an electronic one, because I like just love being able to see that I've done all of the stuff. It's really relieving and makes me feel accomplished. So thank you for saying that and naming that. Any other tips? No? Okay, well, like I said, I sent in the chat a Google form. Please fill that out if you want to get counted for attendance today. That's how we are taking attendance for all of our events and workshops. So please take the time to fill that out. And if you'd like to stay behind, I'll be here. If you have individual questions, I'll play some music. If you just want a passion plan or plan whatever for your week, I will be here. Thanks for coming, y'all. I really love seeing all of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.